And good afternoon from rainy Zagreb. On behalf of the Regional Center Hub Adria, I would like to welcome you to this event, which is related to the presentation of the opportunities of the educational programs, specifically focused to EIT Raw Materials labeled master programs for the students from the Adria region and beyond. So the focus is to actually create a bit more knowledge on entrepreneurship mindset and entrepreneurship programs which are developed for the raw materials community under the EIT Raw Materials knowledge and innovation community. And one of the questions that we will ask ourselves is what it takes to become an entrepreneur and what skills do you need, and is there any value in your innovative ideas? And we will try to address these questions through these programs, providing an overview on the entrepreneurship-oriented master education programs in the framework of the EIT Raw Materials. So one part of our presentation will be focused on opportunities, how to get involved in the EIT Raw Materials label programs, and with a specific emphasis to regional master programs in exploration geology, which is our TIMREX program, and our coordinator, Professor Ferenc Madai, is already here with us. And in the second part of our presentation, you will learn on the opportunities how to develop your entrepreneurial skills with some of well-developed EIT Raw Materials programs for students, which are Lab to Market and EIT Jumpstarter and EIT Raw Materials Accelerator. So this second part will be supported by our colleagues from Slovenia, Špela Rožman-Dolenc, who will present Lab to Market opportunities. And then on behalf of the EIT Raw Materials Co-Location Center East, Imre Gompkotko, our RIS project coordinator, will present EIT Jumpstarter program. And then also on behalf of the EIT Raw Materials Co-Location Center East, Danuta Tokorowska, Business Development Manager, I'm sorry, Danuta, for probably wrong pronunciation, will present Raw Materials Accelerator. So at the beginning of this story, we should actually hear more about the overview of the EIT labeled master programs, which was intended to be presented by Stefan Robert, our Business Development Manager. However, he is a little bit late, so we will change a little bit the schedule, and I would like to ask Professor Madai from University of Miskolc to start giving us an overview on the TIMREX master program in exploration geology. Professor Madai, the floor is yours then.
Good. Thank you very much. I was expecting to be the second actually, and to select some of my slides what was not given already before. Okay, how many? What is the time frame, Sibylla, for me?
Around 25 minutes.
Oh, okay. So, thank you. Good. So I hope it can be shared. And okay, so I hope you see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Very
yes.
good. Okay, so thank you. So this is our TIMREX Joint Master Program, where we are working together also with several partners of the Adria Hub. And last week we had a wonderful field week for 25 students from 10 European universities. And the major issue for this joint master program, this is to give a master program in innovative mineral resource exploration. So, what were the needs or the background before to come out with such a kind of program and initiative? One aspect of this background was that we who were developing the proposal know quite well the resource needs and the resource policy trends of the European Union for the last decade, and this need was still even more emphasized when in the middle of March this year, the European Union critical raw materials regulation proposal came out, and this proposal also made some quite strong statements about that without mineral exploration within the European Union or within Europe, those achievements, what is foreseen by the European Union for the next decades regarding the resource supply, it will practically not be successful. And here you can see a map of this of the EU that where the critical raw materials potential are located. That the most important part, this is the Scandinavian region, and the second region, however, the non-EU these countries are not mentioned here, but the second region, this is the Carpathian Adrian Balkan region within Europe. The third one, this is the Iberian Peninsula. So geographical location and also the resources and the resource policies and resource needs was one of the backgrounds. And also that this education portfolio of the EIT Raw Materials missed that kind of mineral exploration geology program. The second aspect for that was that there are a lot of new trends, important trends in the techniques and technologies and equipment development, which help the efficiency of the mineral resource exploration. And one of the major issue is to make a kind of digital twin of the Earth's crust, or at least a part of the Earth's crust, which might be a mineral deposit. Which digital twin is a database replica and a 3D model, detailed 3D model of that part of the Earth's crust. So this mineral systems modeling it is a highly important new trend for the mineral exploration works, and this 3D model or this digital twin receives the information from new and equipment and interesting new solutions, exploration methods and solutions, including the drones, including portable analytical equipment and many other things. And those this new equipment and solutions make a lot of data, and this huge amount of data should be processed and should be integrated, so that that is a third part which also in this technological advances are important for the new and the innovative mineral resource exploration. And the third one, which also should be answered in a certain way, is some pitfalls regarding the resources industry. And here I put this chart of the mineral resource classification system for hard rock minerals. And because here are mentioned those so-called modifying factors, which modifying factors make the mineral resources to ore or mineral reserves. which are really exploitable. These modifying factors are mining, metallurgical, economic, marketing, legal, environmental, social, and governmental factors. And without answering these kind of factors, explored mineral resources will not become to reserves. Here there is also one of these many pictures which can be found from this so-called anti-mining movements and protests. These things might happen if these modifying factors are not answered in time and well, especially the environmental, social, and governmental type of issues are not answered well, and these are not meeting the affected people and communities. So this is also something which should be started already with the mineral exploration, and those geologists who are doing these jobs, they also should be aware about, and they also should be trained. So therefore, we and our target, it was to reach an EIT labeled master program, which EIT labeled master programs are constructed around the so-called T-shaped professional concept, which on one side it means that of course the students should have hard skills in this profession. For our program, this is a strong field-based geological disciplines, and to use these advanced and new exploration technologies and approaches and data processing, which was already mentioned. And on the other hand, also the soft skills also should be highly important within the training, including these different aspects and so-called modifying factors, what I have already mentioned. So the EIT labeled criteria, this is a nice and quite complex set of criteria which a program should fulfill. This is on one side that the whole teaching methodology and the teaching process should be student-focused teaching, and it should be based on the learning outcomes, and during the education process, the achieved learning outcomes should be measured compared to the expected learning outcomes. So it means that this is a strongly student-focused type of teaching what should be available. The other one is this so-called T-shaped professional, what I told. So it is strong professional background. It is represented by the vertical part of this letter T. And on the other hand, the so-called soft skills, which is named in the EIT label nomenclature as the overarching learning outcomes. They are symbolized with the horizontal part of this letter T, to make able to connect with other people, to work in teams, to be socially sensitive and so on. And on the top of it, there are two also strong criteria that 15 ECTS, 15 credits should be earned for the students from cross-sectorial mobility. It means that the non-academic partners industrial partners, research institutes also should be actively involved in the education process, and at least 15 credits should be earned by the students by mobility between the universities. So all these criteria should be answered, and this EIT label application should be set to the EIT, and if a program receives it, then can run a labeled master program. So I made a chart regarding this, that what is the specialty of an EIT labeled program regarding the mobility, student mobility towards other universities and towards the non-academic partners are embedded in a program. A simple single university master program here in the Origo, and on the plane on the backside there are some structured mobility programs which might be available, or simple joint degree programs or double degree programs. On the other hand, the EIT labeled these programs, they should have not only student mobility among the universities, but also this intersectorial mobility to the non-academic partners. Well, these overarching learning outcomes, in general, these are the 6 of them: innovation skills, entrepreneurial skills, what was mentioned by Professor Sostarit, the creativity, intercultural skills, and to be sensible for sustainability issues, which for the resources industry is highly important, and also to have leadership skills. So all this should be answered also by the program. The TIMREX program itself, based on those background what I have mentioned, we have 4 academic partners, 4 universities. The leading university for the program and also for the project, this is the University of Miskolc, from the Faculty of Earth and Environmental Sciences and Engineering. The other 3 universities are the Luleå University of Technology from Sweden, the University of Zagreb, the Faculty of Mining, Petroleum, from Croatia, and the Wrocław University of Science and Technology with its Faculty of Geoengineering and Mining, Geology in Poland. All these 4 universities have the relevant master programs focusing on mineral exploration, and those master programs are running also and available in English for the national students and also for international students, whether from Europe or from outside of Europe. And on the top of the 4 academic partners, there are 8 non-academic partners also joining us, and all these non-academic partners have important role within the education program, and these are some mining companies, from large mining companies, for example, from the Boliden from Sweden, then junior exploration company, the Geogold Carpathia, and the startup company, the UNEX GeoRobotics, which are let's say active from the industrial side. Other set of partners are from the research institutes. The INESCTEC is a Portuguese research institute developing many brilliant issues in robotics and the robotization of the exploration industry. The Geological Institute, Geological Survey of Slovenia, the KGHM Kuprum, which is the research institute for the largest Polish company, the Polish copper mining company, and also the European Federation of Geologists, which is collects those geologists and geological experts who actively are involved as freelance geologists wherever in Europe. The strength of the program, on one side, is that by the academic partners from Luleå, Sweden, from Wrocław, Miskolc, and Zagreb, we are closeness to this European exploration hotspots, what I told us, so to the Western Balkan and Carpathian region, and also to Scandinavia, or to the Fourth Sudetic region. The other strength is our non-academic partners, who are really make a great job in the field of advanced exploration technologies, like the Buliden, the Kuprum, the Slovenian survey, the GeoGold Carpathia, and on the other side, on the technology development in robotization for mineral exploration, like the INEXTech and the UNEXMIN Georobotics, and also there are experts as the European Federation of Geologists or the La Palma Research Center, who are very good in the skills to manage these modifying factors. What I have mentioned is also a highly important issue for the training. So in that way, the specialties of the TIMREX program is that we offer a strong fieldwork-based training, and this field work concentrates not only on the two academic years, but also in the summer period between. So there is an applied field exploration course organized by the Luleå Technical University in North Sweden, which for the first cohort, this 1 week field program has been started today. And also after, in the second part of the summer internship for the students is also expected at non-academic partners from the consortium, and also perhaps outside of the consortium using the risk internship project opportunities. And also the structured mobility between the universities and having the double degree from two universities is also a specialty of the program, and the cross-sectorial mobility is composed of 4 important aspects. One is the exploration entrepreneurship course. This is the field work in North Sweden, what I have mentioned. The field exploration week, which is I have mentioned in cooperation with the Buliden. The other one is a specific course in the 3rd semester, which is led by the European Federation of Geologists and under the name of Exploration Entrepreneurship, which is based on the mentoring program of the EFG. And it helps the students to later to become as independent geologists or mineral exploration experts, or to offer some specific services for the research industry regarding mineral explorations. And also there is a student research work which is a mandatory part for at least for 6 ECTS during the thesis work part, and because I told that the social aspects are also highly important, also 2 ECTS as a part of the thesis work, a kind of the social and civic internship is also part of the program. The the TIMREX joint master program can be started whether in one of these three universities, whether in Miskolc, in Wrocław, or in Zagreb. Then in the summer period, there is a joint program for all the students, this applied field exploration week in North Sweden. And then we expect that the students will participate in internships during the summer. And regarding or based on the specialization, what they would like to choose, the students might continue whether in the Luleå University of Technology with a specialization to or mineral exploration, or continuing in Miskolc with specialization towards geophysics methods and this robotics or sensor techniques development, or in Wrocław focusing more in mining geology and geomatics issues, or in Zagreb to focus on non-metallic minerals exploration development. And these horizontally taught courses for each of the students independently where they are in the second year. These are this exploration entrepreneurship course, and also the mandatory student research work in the thesis semester, in the fourth semester, and also the internship. This is the structure in general. But the mobility tracks are started whether in Miskolc, Zagreb, or in Wrocław. And what a few pictures about it, where the pilot cohort, the 9 students from the pilot cohort is already located in. This is somewhere in the North Sweden, in a surrounding of a VMS deposit, where their task is to discover this VMS deposit using geophysical equipment, also using geological observations with different tools, and also core logging and core analysis. And in the rest of the time, some experts and representatives of the industrial partners are invited there to give some additional lectures. So this is what I told that this for the pilot cohort has been started today morning. And regarding the internship during the summer, this is we would like to do it as a research or a project focused internship at non-academic partners of the consortium, or on the other option to utilize the internship, the RIS internship network. And one last slide is that I also mentioned that last week we had a very wonderful, a very interesting field week in Bosnia and Herzegovina with 25 students from outside of the consortium, from mostly from Eastern and Southeastern Europe, and this was that was also a very nice and a very useful part of the program. So this is in short. I hope it was I fit in time. Thank you very much for listening me, and I'm ready for further questions later. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ferenc, for a very nice overview of the presentation. We will ask you to send the presentations for dispatching to the students afterwards. And now we will leave the questions for the very end of our event. Now, as Stefan managed to connect, I would like to return to our schedule and to welcome Stefan Roberts, Business Development Manager from the EIT Raw Materials, who will give us now an overview of the whole educational portfolio regarding labeled programs. Stefan, please share your screen.
Thank you very much for having me. Excuse the little delay there. You should now see which is not the first slide, but you should see some slides in full screen. So, you see it? Yes.
Yes, we see your slides and we hear you very well.
Okay, thank you so much. Then I start now. So yes, this is about the EIT labeled masters, such as the TIMREX that Ferenc kindly provided us already as well, so we can build on the information now. Just in general, so you know, the EIT raw materials is about European raw material supply, and this is one of the many slides that you can see those days on the demand of certain raw materials that we have in Europe in the future, especially because the change of internal combustion engines towards electric vehicles and all the transformations that we need to do for the Green Deal. This is all fueled by raw materials in the end, and that's why Europe needs to make a huge switch in this direction. And this is something we and the EIT Raw Materials partners want to help transitioning. So, for example, there is a list of critical raw materials in Europe, and if you are aware of this or you want to check it out, it's a good source to understand a bit what the EIT Raw Materials is also focusing on. Find a better, stable source of those critical raw materials, be able to substitute those raw materials, be able to better recycle them, to keep them in the loop, to design products that need less of those materials and that can last longer. That's all this kind of this points we want to fix to get more of those red dots you see on the slides as into a blue one. That's entirely what this is about. Here you see also the geostrategic point on the whole raw material situation. There's a lot on the right side of critical raw materials supplied by China, which has been building this over the past decades, and we are a bit behind here in Europe. You see there's barely any raw material that is critical inside of Europe, and the European Commission needs to change that and is addressing that. And to build this now, we are looking for companies, for talents, for all the needed pieces of the puzzle to fix this kind of very huge problem that we are here on. And if you are interested in the age of closer to a master or to your first study experience, and you think this is raw materials is a nice topic, then you see here the big framework basically. There is a bright future for raw materials all over the world, but it's also a hard job to deliver on now. First and foremost, I included some of QR codes here. You will see a lot of them. I will talk about our master programs in more detail. If you're looking into what can I learn as a professional, if you have professionals in your network, you can send them to this QR code next to the lifelong learning programs. And if you have people that are in the school time still, we also have a lot of courses that give awareness about raw materials for younger people that are not at university yet. So that's the two QR codes here. Then I have a special one. I would recommend this to anyone listening to this. Just scan the QR code on this side. This is the landing page to find the overview of all master programs that we have. So if you have this QR code, you can, after the presentation, have a look to the documents, and then you find all the details there, because I will not be able to go to each of the details there. But now, starting with our master programs, please have a look at the left side. You see this what we call the value chain, which is the bit of the lifetime of a raw materials product, starting from exploration via mining, processing, creating the final raw materials product, basically the final material that you need to use to put into products. You see the design phase, the production, manufacturing of materials, the use phase, afterwards the collection and the recycling back into the value chain to put it back into new products again. So around this value chain, we position our different master programs. TIMREX, you just heard about it. It's in the exploration phase right at the beginning. The same is true for our RAMES program. We have the MyTIM project that is closer to the mining of products. We have a Raven master that is more really connecting different parts of the value chain. Suma master, more on the developing substitution, new products, new kind of material design. Similar is true for the AMOS program at the right bottom, which is also more on the life cycle assessment of products and to really find solutions that are better in terms of raw materials needs. Then you come to the end of the cycle where you have the recycling part covered by the AMIA program and the Emerald program, connecting the two parts from processing and recycling. So in a way, it's a recycling master, but it can also be used for the originally mined products. Plus in the left top, the SINRAM program. So it's a lot of different programs, and to be honest, there is some connections of one to the other. The programs standing next to each other, you should definitely look in all of them that are close to your kind of topic. So we have different applications that really where a person says, okay, those two could be interesting, and from my point, that's not an issue at all to apply to more than one. But yeah, I will give you a bit more overview of the single products. And on the right side of the slides, you see the kind of extra activity that we provide from a central level at the EIT Raw Materials. So there's an event where we first meet each other, where we have an induction day, explain all the opportunities for EIT Raw Materials, and invite the students to join the network. Then you have a label launch. Okay, this is more to the end of the program. After the 4 semesters, you get the chance to meet a lot of our companies in the network, to learn a bit about presenting yourselves, about applying, about building a nice network. That's part of the label launch. We have the race. I come to this in a later point, the Raw and Circular Economy expedition. We work with labor representatives that are you students that have a say in the program, that basically stay in discussion with the people from the EIT Raw Materials Academy about the events. We have a startup event, Label Startup, where you learn about creating your own startup and what kind of challenges that includes. We have an EIT Raw Materials alumni platform with over 1,000 students and participants of all programs, plus a newly created Lab to Market program where you can build further on your idea, on your startup idea. There's a lot of information, the broad one for starting into what we do at the EIT Raw Materials. So now just quickly, Emerald, I told you a bit about it. It's in the processing sphere as well as in the recycling. It's a master in resource engineering. You have the QR code here on the top. It's a program where you can study in Liège, Freiberg, Luleå, and Lorraine. I think it's interesting to know where you could be having your mobility. So you will always study in more than one place, sometimes in 3 universities. All the programs have some parts where we focus on innovation education and entrepreneurship. That's also 2 points that all of the programs have included into their experiences. Furthermore, so sometimes you see Erasmus Mundus, so that's a especially supported master program by the European Union with extra scholarships that you can get there. It's up to think around 30,000 euro a student also from Europe could gain there for being a good applicant. We support from the EIT, we mainly support with budget for traveling and some, yeah, let's say subsistence support, which is around 13,500 euros, just so you know. That's a grant that we can offer to students that is not in the Erasmus Mundus. So furthermore, the AMIS program, as I said, Innovation for Sustainability and Advanced Materials is a topic there, and also life cycle assessment and these kind of things you have in there. So you saw it on the little value chain, consisting also of a Belgian university in Liège, TU Darmstadt, Germany, Aalto University in Finland, can also go to Bordeaux in France and to Grenoble in France. So just to show you where this could be. The SUMA Master Program, Sustainable Materials, it's also interfering a bit into the design and to creating new material solutions. You have the chance here is to go to Italy, into the Milano or Trento University, to Grenoble in France, Montagne University in Leoben, Austria, and Karl Leuven. Furthermore, the AMIR program, also in Erasmus Mundus since a short time, they are more on the recycling side of things, which is a widespread network. You also, Ferenc is very well aware of this program as well, as this is also taking place at Miskolc University in Hungary, but also TU Darmstadt, Liège. You see some of the names also repeating. Technical University in Madrid, as well as the Nova University in Portugal, Lisbon. SINRAM program, as I said, this is one also taking into account the more parts of the value chain, so it's a bit really holistic kind of master, not too focused in the way, even though we know Uppsala University is more on the exploration side. There you also have TU Freiburg and Ghent University, also in Erasmus Mundus, and the RAMAS program, Materials Exploration. You have the chance to go to Bologna or to the university in Norway, NTNU. That's the links there to check for additional input. Then the master that is mainly on the mining, or let's say from our program strongest on the mining, is the MATIM master. This is possible in Madrid, Wrocław University, and Lappeenranta University in Finland. So if you are really interested in the mining and mining companies as well, but in the mining topic, I mean, then this is the right program to explore further. And the Raven is also another master, let's say, really connecting different parts of the value chain. You have the chance to go to Krakow and Freiburg University for this. So there's a lot of programs, and to be honest, you should put yourself onto the value chain. What is your background? What is your bachelor connecting to best, and where is your interest best located, and then apply for one or more of those, I would say. And really, you have all the informations on the websites. TIMREX, I don't need to go into any further detail. You heard it from Ferenc. You have Zagreb University there as well, Wrocław University and Luleå. So that is the 9 masters as they stand right now. Most of them are open for applications, so have a look, please. One more QR code I really would like you to watch later is the one on the right bottom corner. It's about the race, the Raw and Circular Economy Expedition. When I talk to students why they joined the labeled program, it's oftentimes that they say the race and what is included there sounded like something I can have nowhere else. So they they really join also because of this 2-week learning journey around the raw materials value chain, where you can really meet different companies along the value chain. So meeting exploration companies, mining companies, into the recycling and also circular economy kind of companies you can see during those 2 weeks where you travel. Last year, for example, around Sweden and Finland. This year around Spain and the connecting countries. So there's a nice learning journey around this. And I have, like, on this little QR code, you find a 5-minute video on how it is and what students say about this experience. And we wanted to really be life-changing, the opportunity to understand really the whole industry and really find your sweet spot for what you want to do in your future research and work life. It's important to understand that we have an industry and innovation network of 300 members in the end. So if you look at this list here on the right, you find really very known, very big, very innovative players in the field of raw materials. And all of those, I can tell you, are in desperate need of raw materials in the next decades. So yeah, you're pretty uniquely positioned after a master with us. The research company, research institutions working with us, you see a list of them here. They are also involved in several of those master programs, as well as also the industry. They also have a say looking at the programs, helping the programs to develop in the way that is also fit to the job market and the needs for industry. And here you see different universities. I named a lot of them already. So that's different university working together with the EIT Raw Materials to overcome all those challenges ahead. And as a last slide, to give you a nice overview, what we bring together here is the triangle of education, business, and research. And all those have to play different roles. So we want to help new products to the market. That's what we do in a lot of innovation projects that we do together that are not education focused. The education focused programs, the masters in a special, they should bring talents to the industry and also find new companies, new entrepreneurship to build new companies, new people that can challenge the status quo and make Europe a real competitive player in the field. So that's what we are looking for when thinking about education, so jobs, entrepreneurship, and we also support companies later on, small startups, small SMEs that are having unique innovation inside to really change something on the market. We would like to support them early on, take the risk together with them, and to build something more competitive for Europe entirely. So it's also about this. When you think you have an entrepreneurial drive, you're thinking also business and not only science, then this is a very nice opportunity that you don't have in other programs. That's it for me. I thank you very much for the attention. I hope that was clear, and I hope at least my QR codes will fill in all the gaps you might still have, and I hope to see some of you applying to the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stefan, and thank you for this very nice presentation and overview on the EIT Raw Materials portfolio. There are many opportunities, so for various interests and various background in raw materials, I think that all of you will find something which would be, to your opinion, the best possible program. So we move to the second part of the program, which is related to entrepreneurship and development of student entrepreneurs. One of the key elements of the EIT Raw Materials agenda when it's concerning the education. So the first presenter in the second block will be Špela Rozman-Dolenc from Slovenian Louis Incubator, presenting Lab to Market program. Špela, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me share the screen. You see it? It's okay?
Yes, we see your screen and we...
Okay. Thank you, Sibila. Yeah, I'm Špela from Ljubljana University Incubator, a member of consortium for running EIT Raw Materials Risk Hub Adria. And thank you, Stefan. You made a nice presentation at the end. Just to kick my presentation, we are going to talk about the upper part, how to transform your know-how, knowledge you will get through all those programs, and also a research into maybe sustainable business. I know that a lot of you will probably find a job in the industry or pursue a career in academics. But hopefully some of you would like to do it on your own and to launch successful businesses out of whatever you will learn or develop during your studies. It might seem a little bit scary how to start, but there are a lot of support systems around you to help you build a startup. And it's not that every startup needs to succeed. So try, you will learn something new, and then you can try again. EIT Raw Materials just launched a really nice program. It's Lab to Market. It's the innovative program structured especially for you students. So if you are passionate about the thematic fields for the EIT Raw Materials, then you probably should apply for this program, because it's a really early stage, and with only idea or individuals or teams you can join. It is structured for students who are either labeled students, enrolled, or recently graduated 2020 or more or later, and those labeled master programs are eligible to join. And if you are a PhD student and you are currently studying a topic related to raw materials at any university in Europe, then you're also eligible. And if you already have a team, maybe with somebody else who would like to do the business together with you, at least one of the members needs to be from the previous two categories. Sorry, like this. But maybe we should touch why is this program a good start for you? Because the program is structured throughout several months. And throughout the program, you will get the support you need to going step by step in developing your solution, and then later on probably a startup or any other business. The support you will get there are workshops, a lot of mentors, trainings, and educational materials. The mentors, they are coming from the industry, and the good thing about the programs like this is that there are networking events where you can meet all those people, and later on, just remember that they can open some doors for you. When you will trying to knock on the industry, they might be the ones that will help you. The selected teams will present their solutions at demo day, and they will compete for the prizes, and they will also be eligible for getting some funding to start the sales on the market. Like I said, Lab to Market is a well-structured program. This is 2023 edition. The phase 1 started already. I think the applications are closed, but the phase 2 should open now in any time now. So it's structured in 3 phases. Phase 1 is ideation phase. It lasts for about 2 months, and up to 150 participants will be accepted into this phase. You will generate ideas, well-define the problem, and then try to find solutions for those problems. And this will be something you will do in this phase 1. At the end, it's expected that you that you form a team and that you have a basic startup concept. Then up to 30 teams will be selected to proceed to phase 2. Some of those teams will be selected from phase 1, but also new teams can join. So the ones who already have a team and they have a startup concept, they can also apply for the phase 2. Phase 2 is startup development phase. You will mostly work on business and product development, and of course you will have to do the financial validation to see if your solution, your business idea will bring enough money for you to survive on the market. At the end of this phase, you will come up with business plan, pitch deck, and product design, and pitch this at the pitching event. And this will be the final selection when up to 15 teams will go for the phase 3, which is incubation phase, the longest one, about 3-4 months. And in this phase, the technical development will be mostly in focus, plus you will get ready for the investments, because a lot of, we call it deep tech, when you have the research-based startup ideas, they need a lot of investment to launch on the market. So being ready for the investment is really important. At the end, you will need to come up with the proof of concept. So if your technology really works, or if this is really the need on the market, and some basic MVP, minimal viable product, so you can really show what you're planning to do. Those 15 teams will then present the solutions on demo day in front of EIT Raw Materials representatives, investors, some industry leaders, and the best one will win an award. Plus, there will be some funding available also for the other teams. There is also another way to start your business. At Ljubljana University Incubator, we are running also Labs to Market program. Now this year it will be for the 4th edition. I would just like to show you the video. Please thumbs up if you hear the music, because this is the best presentation of what we do. But, in contrary with the EIT Raw Materials Lab to Market, our main goal here is to bring people from the business side to team up with the researchers, because a lot of researchers, or you students, you don't want to become a manager, you just want to work in the business, but somebody else would run the business. So let's see our video and going in.
Have you ever thought about tackling a massive global problem? Something burning that only really breakthrough tech can address? Are you a scientist, eager to really impact society with your creation, or an entrepreneur, hungry to drive an invention to its full market potential? It's time to do something about it. At the Ljubljana University Incubator, we created Labs to Market. This program matches scientists and entrepreneurs, assembles you into superb teams, and helps you grow with the help of top-notch coaches, mentors, and world-class experts. We will boost you and connect you with corporates and investors who are quickly realizing how important breakthrough technology companies are. Start now. Give worth to your knowledge. Your competition isn't resting.
Like I said, presentations are unfortunately closed this year, but we're running the program every year in springtime. So if you want to check out if you can make a business out of it, please contact us. But like I said, startup community is well spread. I don't know exactly where you guys coming from, but in Slovenia we have Ljubljana University Incubator plus about 20 other incubators. In Croatia, there is a really good incubator Nucleus. It's a deep tech venture builder. Matija Srbic is running it. So if you're from Croatia, maybe step in contact with him. And another way to enter, to test if your research or your idea is interesting for the market, Rector's Award in Ljubljana University is also a nice way to start. The applications are open already and they close in the mid-September. Just to wrap up, these are the partners from the EIT Raw Materials Hub, Risk Hub Adria. If you have any questions about how to start your business or just to try it, because you can come to us with idea and we help you develop the idea, contact one of us, or this is my our email, so you can contact me directly as well. And don't be afraid to start. We are an early stage support organization, which means that if you're just playing with an idea to start a business, we are the place for you to come. So this is it from my part, and I think you will hear a lot of interesting stuff from the next presenters as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bella, for this very comprehensive overview on what is the lab to market as the initial, I would say, a catcher of the ideas and development of the ideas, especially needed here in the East. And our next presenter is Imre Gomkotko, our RIS Regional Innovation Scheme Project Coordinator at EIT Raw Materials COC Center East. And Imre will give us a presentation about the follow-up program, which is EIT Jumpstarter. Please, Imre, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sibylla, and good afternoon for everyone. I hope you can hear me, see my presentation. Okay.
Hearing you and seeing your presentation.
Super. Thank you very much for confirming this. No, I mean, this program, the Jumpstarter I'm going to talk about, is very similar to the lab to market that the EIT Raw Materials are running, and you will see the similarities, but also I would like to also highlight what's the differences, because that's a bit of a different setup of a program. So Jumpstarter, just as lab to market, is kind of a pre-accelerator program. So that's targeting very early stage business ideas that students, researchers, PhD students, their supervisors, any research group, maybe at a university or a research organization, or someone on the street walking in the morning, going to working, and then just had a nice idea. And then it's important that you have to have an idea on business that connects to not just the raw material sector, but any of the sectors that KIC's covering, and I will talk about this a bit later, that's qualified for this program. So that's important, so that you have to have a business idea, but it don't have to be very major. And then of course it's you don't have to have the company and so on. So that's an important one. This program is running since 2017, so that was the first batch that the pilot activity was done, and then at that time it was only 3 knowledge and innovation communities involved in that time. And then now it's 7, and then from next year on it's 8 KICs going to collaborate to run this program, meaning that EIT Raw Materials together with other KICs like EIT Food, EIT Health, Digital, Energy, covering the whole program. So if you, for example, are not sure if your business idea is connecting to either one, then you can still apply. You can mark that, okay, I think this is a raw materials idea, or this is a food idea, an agri-food idea, but you're not sure, or maybe it fits somewhere in between or to both of them, then you can still be selected, and then the most relevant KIC will take your case over and then will support you and mentoring you on the sector that is your idea most fits the best. And then just to mention that this program is already got 2 European awards for excellence, one from the European Association Awards, and then one is from the Emerging Europe from Young Employment Initiative. So that's also that indicates that this is a very nice, very good quality program. You will see the structure a bit later, but the core of this program is basically the validation, because we saw, and then that was the basic idea behind this program, that people usually working on research or having a business idea, they're not really sure that if this is a good idea for business. And then the whole EIT Jumpstarter program is built around the validation. So just as in lab to market, you learn how to create the business idea, the business pitch, the business plan, so that how you build up the business model around your idea. But then the majority of the program will help you and support you validate your idea, that if there is really a market around that idea, so that if there is really a product that you, or a service that you can develop out of the idea, and then that's the most important part of the whole Jumpstarter program. And while you are learning all these very business oriented knowledge on for example business modeling, that you also gain some complementary skills that how to become a successful entrepreneur. So and then this collaboration is very important and is very powerful, because whenever events or training activities or pitch days or all these joint activities are happening, that you as a team member or a participant of the program has the ability to meet with other entrepreneurs connected to other sectors. So it's not just one or another, not just for raw materials, for example. Of course, for EIT Raw Materials, this is the most important, but for you as participants, maybe not. And then I see that there were a lot of occasions when people shifted from one topic to another, or while defining the business idea into reality, and then during the validation, it sometimes just turned out that this idea is good, but not for the sector that was originally ideated, but for another one. And then that's nice to have people around other sectors as well, because then you can go back and forth and shift. So that's a more organic way to develop the idea into reality. This is the structure of the program. I'm not going to go very detailed in it. This is actually happening now for this year edition. And then if you remember from the previous presentation, this is very similar to, for example, the one in the lab to market. Usually we have an open call early of the year, so during February, March, and then you have to apply. You just putting there some data. Who are you? What's your business idea? That's very important, that you have to have a business idea. So that basically you have to have at least something that you put in words that, okay, this is where I think the market is, and this is the idea, this is the service I'm going to develop, this is the product I'm going to develop, and then this is a prerequisite to apply. So if it fits into one of the thematic area, then you can be selected. And then in the first phase, there is an online bootcamp, and where you can learn about basic business planning, and then how to create a pitch deck, identify the areas of further development. And then there's a long training with coaching and mentoring together. And then you create a pitch deck. And then in the pitch day, there is an online pitch day. For this year, it's going to happen in late June. The teams come together and then pitch in front of expert jury that's come from the industry and both from the business side. And some of those selected to going further for the next phase. And then the next phase is where your financial support starts. So then you can get financial support, several thousand euros each team that goes into that phase. And again, it's training activities, mentoring activities, and the validation process goes there. And then the financial support, you can spend whatever you like in terms of EIT Raw Materials, definitely, to move your company's progress or to incorporation further, so that you can spend in your validation. And then if it means that you need some extra experiment, or you need to buy some access to a database, or that's also fine. Or you decided, okay, I'm mature enough, I would like to start my company and incorporate so that your company became a legal entity, then that could cover also your costs. Or if you decide, okay, I would like to participate in a local joint training and then I would like to spend this money to travel there, that's also available to you, so that you can spend that financial support, whatever you want. Just the requirement is you progressing further. And then you create your business plan, and the business plan is about to to again, a master jury is reading your business plan, evaluating your business plan, if this is correct, good enough, not good enough. And then the 6th best in each category. So I mean, not overall, but in each category. So EIT Health has 6 best, EIT Raw Materials has 6 best. So the 6 best is going for the next stage. And then in the grand final, they are going to pitch live on a stage, live streamed, again, in front of a jury that comes from industry and business. And then the 3 teams will be selected to get a prize at the end of the year. It's very important that at that stage, you have to be incorporated. So that's only teams that getting incorporated and have a legal entity by that stage are only eligible to get the prize. So there are certain differences definitely for lab to market. One is that you have to have a business idea at the beginning. You have to have a legal entity, a company at the end to get the prize. And most importantly, yeah, this is a cross-kick activity. So that's, you don't have to decide at the very beginning in which field. I mean, of course, you have to prom, but then maybe you can shift between thematic areas, and you don't have to be a label student to participate. So, for example, someone from the street could just apply, so that it's really open for everyone all over Europe. Just some numbers, that's from the last year. We don't have the final numbers from this year, but you can see that a bit more than 300 applications we received. Among these 300, almost 10% was for EIT Raw Materials topics, and then overall 220 teams were trained, so that the acceptance rate was pretty high. Almost 2/4 of the applications were accepted to the program, so that's pretty high. And then this is very similar this year. So I would really encourage everyone that has a business idea just to apply. You may think that, okay, well, we are in an EIT Raw Materials field, so that this program is for you if you have a good idea. And then, of course, you can check those. There are eligibility criteria, and then the terms and conditions are available at the EIT Jumpstarter website. But then you have to ask yourself that, okay, I'm a scientist or a student that goes into, I'm working on a research. So that might be a research idea. Am I want to bring this to the business? Maybe yes. Then what kind of ideas are really considering to a raw materials topic? And then I just put it here some examples from last year that we received, for example, using aerial drones for image analysis on exploration projects. Or there was a team that came up with a new process for metallurgical slag utilization. And of course, other like software tools can be used. We've had some gamification approach as well, and then some software like this Recycle one that support stakeholders, people that to collect the waste according to where it should be, so that supports the companies increasing the recycle rate, while the people could benefit as well from it. So there is a lot of different approach. There was another idea that was transforming electronic waste into raw material. So that was like a waste utilization process. That was a process. That was the idea. There was another company. They were actually third at the grand final, that they came up with the methodology to build low budget housing material from waste. There was a program, that's the gamification one, for the public understanding the exploration and mining. Or Farm Mine was last year winner. It was a gold extraction process for artisan mining, and it was a novelty process from a team. So you can see that it's a wide range, but it's very raw material specifics, all of them. What you have to consider if you are applying to Jumpstarter, and if you would like to be part of the EIT Raw Materials topic, that the business idea should fit into the innovation teams, the 6 innovation teams. Either it's somewhat exploration, mining, processing, could be recycling, or if it's a manufacturing related, then has to focus on substitution of critical or toxic materials, or it could be a bit of a broader and somewhat contributes to the circular economy. So these are the topics. And again, very similarly, what you can get is tailor-made training and mentoring, best-in-class mentors that we really have, again, good mentors, trainers, access to education and materials, cross-sector validation. That's again a very important aspect of the program, and financial support, of course, exposure to KICS networks that you can meet with industry people so that you can pitch the idea to them. I remember at the very first year in 2017, there was a team that was not winning a prize, but one of the company BISF was present, and then the team was invited to working with the company together after the program on their idea because they were interested in the idea. So there is a lot of opportunities. And of course, the price that you can spend on further developing your company. So what you need to do if you would like to go in, because the program is already running for this year, there's no chance to get in 2023, but it's a cyclic program. So in 2024, it will be open again. And then what you can do is just to visit eitjumpstarter.eu. I will share this presentation to you. And then there is a pre-application button so that you can pre-apply, what means that basically you are putting yourself on a list, and then you will get on time every relevant information when the time comes. But in the meantime, also you can check the terms and conditions for this year, because that's not gonna change too much. That, for example, if the eligibility or the whole structure of the program is it for you. So that was from my side. Thank you very much. I hope I'm not ate up too much of a time, and yeah.
Thank you very much, Imre, for your presentation and a lot of very interesting examples of the winning teams and the topics surrounding this whole program. And we are approaching to our last presentation, so I would like to ask Danuta Tuchorska, our Business Development Manager from the Co-Location Center East, to present to us Raw Materials Accelerator program. Danuta, could you please share your presentation?
Yes, thank you very much, Smila. You are progressing in pronouncing my name. Definitely, it's Danuta Tuchorska. I'm working with the EIT as Business Development Manager, and I will talk very shortly about the next steps when you will be able to go through a Lab to Market or Jumpstarter program, and what are the possibilities to strengthen your activity, your startup, and to be successful. There are some numbers, I think, which are crucial when assessing potential path or development of your company. With our business creation programs, we supported over 400 startups that were able to raise external investment over 180 million, and this is the numbers, not accumulating the work done in last year, because we're still completing the database for last year. And the most important thing is that startups are not 100% reaching the market and surviving after 1 year. The statistics are saying that 9 out of 10 startups won't succeed after 1 year. With our support, with our programs, the survival rate of the startups is over 80%. So either we are good in evaluating the startups and inviting them to our programs, or the program is really designed the way which will increase the chances of your success. My colleagues were saying a lot about the scope of the activity related and eligible to our activity, our programs. Now, when you have a startup and you validated your solution with the market, or have idea that this should be relevant for the market, we are inviting you to participate in our acceleration program. I'm mentioning also the booster program, which is more mature, but I think it's good to know that the road or the journey with us won't end with the acceleration. You can grow further with our support in different programs. Startup can apply for acceleration and participate in 3 phases program. The phase 1 is for like 3 months with the financial support of 10,000 euros, and you are receiving a lot of coaching, mentoring, and work with the experts, helping you to prepare your company to succeed going forward. When you graduate from the phase 1, you can enter into next part of the program when there's combined 2 phases, each one for 40K, and then the program lasts for 1 year. With this, you will also have like individual meetings with the coach, and the support is not only limited to like financials. You will receive some additional information or support how to monetize the IP, what to assess whether applying for patent or not necessary, or just keeping the trade secrets. You will receive also help when discussing or negotiating on preparing the contracts if you need any supply, or if you are preparing the sales contracts. The sales strategy, the market entry, all the elements you will find very important and helpful when developing your company. The startup program accelerator is open once a year and has usually 2 cutoffs. One somewhere in spring, the next one in autumn. This year, the second cutoff will be in September, but most probably you won't be able to apply for this program before you finish and graduate from the programs like Lab to Market or Jumpstarter. Reaching the final phase of the program, which is acceleration, you can apply for booster program when the funding will be up to 200,000 euros. And in this phase, in general, there is not direct support from mentors and external experts. We are helping you if it's needed, using the network we are having in our community or the industry part or the research, whatever. So our goal is to support you the way you will be successful. So I think in short, this is what we offer when you will be able to translate your idea into startup, when you learn the first steps, preparing your business plan and graduate from the Jumpstarter, and then you won't successfully develop your company. Thank you.